The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. An unexamined life is not worth living. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. The measure of a man is what he does with power. Wise men speak because they have something to say, fools because they have to say something. Ignorance, the root and stem of all evil. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. At his best, man is the noblest of all animals. Separated from law and justice, he is the worst. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. The educated differ from the uneducated as much as the living from the dead. Happiness depends upon ourselves. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. True wisdom comes to each of us when we realize how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around us. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. To find yourself, think for yourself. He who is not a good servant will not be a good master. Better a little which is well done than a great deal imperfectly. One of the penalties for refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. Courage is knowing what not to fear. Excellence is not a gift, but a skill that takes practice. To love rightly is to love what is orderly and beautiful in an educated and disciplined way. Happiness is the settling of the soul into its most appropriate spot. The aim of art is to represent not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. A good decision is based on knowledge and not on numbers. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. The ultimate value of life depends upon awareness and the power of contemplation, rather than upon mere survival. To avoid criticism, say nothing, do nothing, be nothing. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. Happiness is the meaning and the purpose of life, the whole aim and end of human existence. Be as you wish to seem. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. The unexamined life is not worth living for a human being. Death may be the greatest of all human blessings. I know that I am intelligent because I know that I know nothing. Wisdom begins in wonder. One who is injured ought not to return the injury, for on no account can it be right to do an injustice. An empty vessel makes the loudest sound, so they that have the least wit are the greatest babblers. The hottest love has the coldest end. We are twice armed if we fight with faith. The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. The heaviest penalty for declining to rule is to be ruled by someone inferior to yourself. No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river, and he's not the same man. The only good is knowledge, and the only evil is ignorance. To be is to do. To do is to be. Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings, so that you shall gain easily what others have labored hard for.